Welcome back to episode 3 of Raw. We start this week with once again our World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. Seth Rollins, your arrogance is blinding you. At Unforgiven, I will break your pride, your body, and your legacy, piece by piece. There's nothing your crew can do about it either. Blares through the arena, the crowd erupts. Seth Rollins struts out onto the stage with his signature laugh and wide grin, soaking in the chants. He's in no rush as he raises a mic. You better keep your head on a swivel, big man, because this Saturday, you won't just lose your temper. You'll be looking up at the stars, hearing my music. Ring General. Seth taps Gunther's chest with 2 fingers, then slowly backs away, his grin never fading. Rollins drops from the ring apron, still staring Gunther down as he walks backwards up the ramp. Fraxiom takes the stage, fired up and ready to bounce back. Last week on Raw, Chad Gable ambushed them during their match against the British Lions, costing them a huge opportunity. Their opponents, American-made, walk out with purpose. This isn't just any match, it's a #1 contender bout. The winner will earn a chance at the WWE Tag Team Championships against the British Lions. Tensions are high, the stakes are real, and it all starts now. Just like their previous encounters, both teams bring the heat from the opening bell. Fraxiom's speed and unpredictability clash with the power and precision of American-made. Each team has done their homework. Reversals come quicker, counters feel sharper. These aren't just opponents anymore. They're familiar foes. Fraxiom dodges the heavy strikes, while American-made cuts off their high-flying rhythm. As the match builds to its final act, Fraxiom begins to take full control. Their chemistry sharpens, their timing clicks. It's clear they've studied American-made. Every counter comes quicker, every combo flows smoother. The momentum shifts, and it's obvious. Fraxiom has American-made's number tonight. Bodies flying everywhere, but amidst the scramble, Fraser catches the opening. He dives into the cover, hooks the leg, and gets the pin. Fraxiom wins. They're heading to Unforgiven to face the British Lions for the tag team titles. After handling business with American-made, we're officially looking at the rematch, British Lions vs Fraxiom at Unforgiven. Can the Young Guns beat the established hard hitters? Last week, I gave Rhea everything I had. I was right there. And now, I'll probably never get another shot again. People are already moving on, like it never happened, like I never mattered. It's like, Coda, don't let that match define you. You gave Rhea one of the hardest fights of her career, and she had to cheat to win. That wasn't a loss. That was survival. Remind them who you are. You don't need permission to make noise. You just need to be louder than the ones trying to keep you quiet. Lyra Valkyria, the reigning Women's Intercontinental Champion, steps out onto the stage with purpose in her stride. The gold glints over her shoulder, but it's the determination in her eyes that speaks louder. She makes her way to the ring, soaking in the moment before grabbing a mic. The crowd settles as she raises it. Right here, right now. This is an open challenge. If there's anyone in that locker room who thinks they can take this championship from me, come try. And as the crowd wait, we get a beautiful surprise. And to everybody's surprise, it's Fallon Henley who steps out onto the stage, alone. The crowd gives a mixed reaction, caught off guard by the bold challenge. The match kicks off with a classic lockup, but Fallon Henley wastes no time showing her true colours. She lands a couple of cheap shots, mocking Lyra between strikes, trying to get under the champion's skin early. The tone is set. Fallon didn't come for a fight, she came for a statement. Eventually, Lyra fires back, gritting through the pain and finding her rhythm. She ducks a wild swing from Fallon and lands a sharp forearm followed by another. The crowd roars as the momentum shifts. Now it's a slugfest. The champion and challenger trade blows in the center of the ring, neither one backing down. Shot for shot, it's raw emotion and grit. Two women fighting not just for the title, but for pride. Fallon shouts in frustration. Lyra answers with a fierce scream of her own. This isn't just a match anymore. It's a test of who wants it more. Lyra digs deep and hoists Fallon up, driving her into the mat with a devastating back suplex that leaves the challenger gasping for air. The crowd senses the end is near as Lyra climbs the ropes. With no hesitation, she soars through the air, nailing a picture-perfect frog splash. Lyra Valkyria retains the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This may not have been her toughest test, but Fallon Henley made her earn every bit of that victory. You really thought doing the right thing would protect you. You kicked Bronn in the face. You made your choice. And what did it get you? You're right. I did make my choice, and I'd do it again. Because I'd rather eat a claymore doing the right thing than rot in the shadows like you. I'll see you at Unforgiven, Sammy. Next up, we have the exciting showdown between Andrade and Oba Femi. Andrade has made it clear. He's tired of watching Oba steamroll through the roster unchecked. He believes he is the one, the man most equipped to end Oba's reign of terror before it gets even more dangerous. But standing across from him is a force unlike any other. Oba Femi, dominant, unshaken, and hungry for destruction. Tonight, the lights shine bright. But will the famous luchador be able to outwit the ruler? Or will Oba remind everyone why he's the most feared force on Raw? Andrade comes out like a man possessed, firing off with punches and a blistering pace. He stuns Oba with a moonsault Pele kick that drops the ruler to one knee. But it doesn't last. Oba rises, unfazed. He grabs Andrade, lifts him with ease, and launches him across the ring like he weighs nothing. Andrade comes back and shows his feat of strength, but lifting Oba and dropping him. With Oba momentarily reeling and seated in the corner, Andrade spots his opening. He charges full speed across the ring and crashes into Oba with a thunderous, running meteora, driving both knees right into the ruler's chest. Andrade plants Oba with a vicious hammerlock DDT, dropping the ruler flat in the center of the ring. It looks like the upset might be real, but Oba kicks out just in time. He powers back to his feet, furious and unshaken, and begins dismantling Andrade with pure force, each move more brutal than the last. And finally, he lifts Andrade high and crashes him down with the fall from grace. Another name added to the list. The reign continues. Jacob Fatu storms down the ramp, visibly pissed off, his shoulders tense and eyes locked on the ring. He grabs a mic and slides in, the crowd quieting as the tension builds. Ain't nobody want to step to me. Week after week, I sit back and watch everybody talk tough until it's my name brought up. Then it gets real quiet. I get it. I'm a problem. I don't play games. I don't do politics. I fight. So since no one wants to man up and face me, I'll handle it myself. Next week, I'm not waiting on a match, I'm making one. And next week, it's on site. He tosses the mic and storms out of the ring. Message delivered, challenge made. Someone is going to have to deal with the Samoan werewolf. Next up, we've got the sniper herself, Zoe Stark. Focused and fired up, Zoe's had enough of being overlooked. She's heard the whispers, seen the social posts, and she's especially heard Cora Jade running her mouth. Cora's been taking shots, mocking Zoe's loss to Stephanie Baker, calling her a step behind and bragging about Dakota Kai beating her like it was nothing. Now Zoe wants to shut her up the only way she knows how, in the ring. Tonight, it's Zoe Stark versus Cora Jade. No more talking, time to deliver. The match kicks off with a quick grappling exchange, and right away, Zoe Stark takes control, exposing Cora Jade's technical gaps and keeping her grounded with fast, calculated offense. But Cora finds her opening. She slips out of a hold, rattles Zoe with a flurry of strikes, and builds momentum. As Zoe stumbles back, Cora catches her clean, spiking her with a sudden DDT that puts the sniper down for good. Cora Jade picks up the win, and she's quick to let the world know it. Next up is Sami Zayn, furious, frustrated, and still reeling from the chaos of last week. He's not out here for games. He wants a fight. Anybody, anywhere. The tension in his voice is sharp, the anger in his eyes undeniable. And answering the call? Pete Dunne. The Bruiserweight has made it clear he wants to bring singles gold to the British Lions, and he sees Sami as the perfect stepping stone. Now it's set. Zayn versus Dunne. Two fighters with something to prove. This one's about pride, pain, and proving who wants it more. With two of the most technically gifted superstars in the ring, the match kicks off with a phenomenal display of grappling, reversals, holds, counters, neither man giving an inch. Sami Zayn and Pete Dunne go hold for hold, showing off just how dangerous they both can be when it comes to pure wrestling ability. It's a chess match early on, each move answered with a smarter one, and the crowd locked in from the opening bell. Early on, Pete Dunne shifts gears, zeroing in on Sami Zayn's arm and hand. The bruiserweight bends, twists, and stomps with that signature precision, hoping to wear down the champion piece by piece. Sami finds his moment, slipping out of Dunne's grip and planting him with a devastating DDT that spikes the bruiserweight into the mat. It's the shift he needed. With Dunne momentarily stunned, Sami starts to rally, picking up speed, stringing together offense, and turning the tide midway through the match. Sami looks to build more steam. Pete Dunne cuts him off, intercepting him with a sudden, punishing powerbomb. Without missing a beat, Dunne grabs him and drives him down with a bitter end. But Sami kicks out at 2. The fight is far from over. What follows is a war of reversals, counters to counters, each man digging deep into their arsenal. They go back and forth, trading momentum. Until Pete Dunne lands a crushing X-Plex, dropping Sami hard and taking control once again. Sami eventually catches Dunne off guard, rolling him up in a surprise pin attempt. Dunne kicks out, rolls Sami up. Sami escapes, goes for another, pin for pin, counter for counter, neither man willing to stay down. But in the scramble, Dunne ends up in the corner. Sami charges full speed and drills him with a crushing hell of a kick. A shot that echoes through the arena. Just as Sami looks poised to put the match away, the celebration is cut short. The British Lions rush the ring and ambush Sami Zayn. Charlie Dempsey and Pete Dunne begin beating down the champion, making it clear this wasn't about the match, it was about making a statement. Dunne grabs a steel chair, ready to finish the job. But out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre's music hits. The Scottish Warrior storms the ring, evening the odds and sending the British Lions scattering. Drew stands over Sami. His message is clear. He doesn't like Sami, but even Drew knows. Sami needs help. Next up is our main event. After the heartbreak of last week, Dakota Kai took matters into her own hands. She went straight to Adam Pearce and made it clear she's not done. She wants Rhea Ripley, and she wants to prove she can carry this brand. Pearce didn't say yes, but he didn't say no either. Instead, he gave her a test, mission, tonight, in the main event. If Dakota can get past her, then maybe, just maybe, she'll earn another shot. The pressure is real, the stakes are rising. This is Kai's moment to fight for another chance. But Michin isn't here to play the stepping stone. She sees this as her moment too, a chance to prove she belongs in the spotlight and steal a massive win from someone chasing the top. Determined, focused, and hungry, Michin plans to leave her own mark tonight. Michin absolutely shows out in this match, bringing the fight to Dakota Kai from the opening bell. She proves she's not just another competitor, she's a potential contender in her own right. Sharp strikes, relentless pressure, and pure intensity. Michin is determined to leave with the win, but Dakota makes that anything but easy. She digs deep, pushes through the punishment, and reminds everyone why she belongs in the title conversation. With the match slipping through her fingers, Dakota Kai finds herself on the back foot. Michin is hitting her stride, landing clean shots, controlling the pace, and looking like she just might steal the spotlight. But Dakota thrives under pressure. She digs deep, fights through the fatigue, and finds her moment, an opening just wide enough to shift the momentum. And once she does, Kai begins to fire back. proving that when everything's on the line, she's at her absolute best. Michin refuses to let up, catching Dakota with a stiff knee that drops her hard. She follows up with Eat Defeat and goes for the pin. Looking to close it out, but Dakota Kai kicks out, showing that fire still burns. Michin presses on, throwing Dakota into the corner and charging in, but Dakota counters, slips behind and drills her with the chiropractor. The cover is deep. Michin shocks everyone, kicking out of the chiropractor at the last second, refusing to stay down. Dakota, exhausted and desperate, pulls herself up and refocuses. She knows it's now or never. She drags Michin to her feet, hooks her in, and drives her down with the GTK, her final shot. That's the one that does it. Dakota Kai wins, and with it, she takes one step closer to Rhea Ripley. And then silence.
I can't keep breathing.
Rose has made it to Monday Night Raw. What a sight to see. V Rose is finally here.
Feelings crushing